Hi, this is Magnus with another chess video for you. This one's an endgame. Had been a fairly equal game, but I think going into the endgame here, I'm a little behind in terms of material. I always like to point out that I'm no kind of expert in chess. I'm just an ordinary guy trying to learn and improve my chess. And hopefully these videos might be helpful to some other people too. Okay, so that said, this is really the start of the end game, and there was a little exchange, and he came down to attempt to back rank, checkmate me, but I have the bishop here ready to block, so I hop in. He took a pawn, I took a pawn, and then he brought his rook across, ready to come down and double up. I did consider resigning at this stage, because clearly the bishop is going to be taken. But I decided I would continue and just use this as practice for my endgame tactics. So I made an escape square. He brought the rook down, I hopped into the hole, and he took the bishop, as expected. Okay, so my thinking now is to see how far I can push this pawn down this rank. So I'm going to move it forward and then get my rook in behind it. So I'm expecting him to check me. He does. Again, I use the escape hatch and he moves over, ready to take my pawn. So I'm expecting him to advance this rook here in order to be able to do that. So I move down to prevent him from doing that. Now I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's clearly going to get up this rank somehow or other. Perhaps he's intending to get in front of my pawn here. I get behind my pawn, ready to start the push. He moves his other rook out. So again, I'm expecting him to move up here, maybe in here, maybe up to the top here. I just continue with my push. I think this is an attempt to stop me. Maybe he thinks he can double his rooks here, but of course it's going to be too late. So I just continue with the push. He's ready to check me now. I continue with the push. He does indeed check me. Again, I use the escape hatch. And he's ready to take my queen. And he does. So now I feel that I'm in with a chance. The material is, reasonably equal. So he brings a pawn down. I move my rook down to the 6th rank to prevent his king from coming forward. He gets behind his pawn. I give his rook a kick, gain a bit of a tempo. He goes across to threaten me. So I move my king up to prevent him taking. He brings a pawn down, and I give his rook another kick. And he goes across. Now, this is a nice little situation. If you ever have a situation where you have two pawns like this, and you can get a pawn in front of the lead pawn, just here, it blocks this pawn, and of course it's ready to take this pawn should it advance. And of course I have that pawn protected by my rook. So I feel quite happy. He comes down, I think, ready to check me. So I move in front of my rook, and at this point he ran out of time, so I won. So an interesting game in many respects. It's a game he should have won, really. But it does just go to show, going into an end game, sometimes if you have a little bit of an edge, especially if you have two rooks, which he did, it can perhaps give you a false sense of security in the end game. And it's a lesson to us all, isn't it, to persist. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.